fun. Reels. Because this porg keeps looking over my shoulder. It's got the biggest eyes. Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. Getting ready to record. It's almost dark here in the Be Our Guest podcast studio.
It is dark here in the Be Our Guest podcast studio.
It's pretty dark out here in the Be Our Guest podcast studios.
It's the golden hour out the
I
window.
can see the outside. Like I can see the neighbor's yard and everything.
You guys, it's pitch dark there, right? Because you guys are on these.
It's pitch dark and we had snow on the ground.
You had snow? Oh, man.
100% we had snow.
Oh, dude, it was 62. It was 28 this morning when I was running, but it was 62 when I went out early. Just not long.
Yeah, it made me ill, actually. I'm not ready for it. I did start decorating this weekend, though, so.
Wonderful time.
It is. I'm so excited, and Christmas music is playing.
Dude, I cannot wait to see those Christmas lights and give kids the world, man.
I
know. That's exciting.
If anybody hasn't bought tickets yet that it was waiting to, good luck.
Selling out because Scott emailed me yesterday, or texted me yesterday, and he said there's shifts, and you want to know because one of the shifts was sold out.
Gotcha. Yeah. So
about that, but just buy that day.
Yeah, buy that day. Come on in. Yeah.
Did you see that basketball we have for the auction? The autograph for the Atlanta Hawk.
Yes.
That's pretty sweet.
I did.
Very cool.
Yeah,
we got lots of good stuff.
We do.
I know.
All right, let's podcast. Let me see.
Awesome.
I have inbox questions.
Let's
if you have
answer questions.
Snow in Ohio.
It's horrible.
Snow. I'm in Craig. Oh my gosh, Jennifer's in Steamboat. I bet there's snow out there.
Right.
It's supposed to be. All right, here we go. Ooh, what number is this, by the way? It's 91. It's 92. Class of 92. What up? That was what I was. God, that was so long ago.
I know.
I'm just thinking about that. And Paige is 24 today. Oh,
I know.
Wow.
Crazy.
Oh, my Lord. She is 24.
Dang.
Whew, and I'm 29. It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, here we go. Welcome to episode 1792 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Wednesday to you. And we're so glad you're here. As we do every Wednesday, it's time to answer your listener questions. And we're going to dive right into the inbox and here in the live chat to talk all kinds of Disney topics. We have a great time doing this, and I sure appreciate it each and every time you download the show, stream the show, because as we talked about on Sunday night, I love doing this podcast. It's really the highlight of my week, and getting to meet folks from all over the world, it's a fun thing. So let's dive in. So joining me today from the mouseforless.com down south near Atlanta, Georgia, we have Ricky. Ricky, happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. I have to say, I am not happy about daylight saving. I went outside on Sunday and it was like 4:50, and I was like, oh, I've got like an hour to sit outside, right? Then I like 20 minutes later, I started feeling cold and and I looked at the sun was going down. I'm like, why am I cold? Oh, it's daylight saving day. Yeah, we just lost it all.
Okay, let me ask you about that, and I'll ask Pam here in just a second. But I hear everybody on social media, everybody in the, mainstream media, TV, radio, and so forth, always complaining about daylight savings time, right? They're always like, oh, we should just stick with one and just leave it and not change it up. I think I'm way in the minority on this one, but it's just, there's not a lot to look forward to sometimes of the year. And it is kind of like, it mixes it up a little. Now, I don't like it being dark at 4:30. I get that, but I did enjoy the extra hour sleep this past weekend. I mean, when you can get it, you got to take it. And and then I get excited in the spring when I get, an extra hour of daylight. So I say, hey, it's fine. I mean, would you get rid of it if you were elected Emperor of the world?
I got it. Okay, got it. Emperor of the world. Empress of the world. Yes, there we go. All right.
Would you change it, or would you leave it alone, or would you make it go away?
I think I'd make it go away. Yeah. It's not just because there's something about the fact that when it gets dark early, I I want to put on pajamas early, and I don't want to, like, I'm more apt to want to go out if it's still daylight out. So like,
you get that in the spring, you get your extra hour back. You're like, oh yeah, I had that in my back pocket all the time.
if it's not, if we don't change,
I don't know.
like, I hibernate so much once daylight saving starts, and I hate it. Like, I hate the fact that I hibernate so much. Like, I don't want to hibernate.
You don't have to. There's
You don't have to.
I
But my
have
body
lights in the
says,
ceiling
okay,
and everything. Yeah.
now, let's go. Let's put on the blanket and the pajamas.
Last time I checked, my computer is not outside where it's dark. I flip a switch and I'm good to go. I just keep working till 10. And
That's good.
All right, let's get Pam Forster in here. She's the co-owner of the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Wednesday, Pam. Hitting all the important issues of the day.
Yeah, I guess daylight savings time now has become part of our podcasting. And I think I may keep it because I am more of a morning person, and I do like having that light in the morning. So, I do, as we make that shift, I kind of do. I get what Ricky's saying. You eat dinner and you feel like it's pretty much time to go to bed at that point. But if we didn't have it in the morning, I feel like it would be really challenging to get up and get going like we do. Like, I don't know. And it's weird. You wonder, like, if given your own, like, let's say you were able to set your own internal clock and whatever, if given that choice, would you start gradually waking up later and later or earlier and earlier, depending on what part of the savings we're in or not in? I don't know, but that's not how the world works. How would you like to live in one of the states where, like, your neighbor 10 miles away does daylight savings and you don't, or your neighbor right across the border?
I'd always be early because I hate being late. So I'd always be early, like hours,
right?
All the time.
I know. It would be crazy. So anyways, it's so funny. Like, some people, like, some states don't do it. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't what? You don't
You get to do that? Like, I mean, seriously, like, oh, well, we're not going to do that.
I'm like, what?
I know.
Like, okay. But yeah, it's crazy. I will say, though, I was not ready for snow yet, and we've already had it here on the ground. Not okay.
No,
it's just not. Not. So I want to put that out there in the universe, whatever it may get me. Fine.
I'm just saying that, if other states like Arizona, I know places in Indiana don't do daylight savings time, I'm going to talk to our governor and say, how about we say Missouri doesn't do the DH? I mean, I know that, like, other places do it. Most of the major leagues do it, but I mean, Busch Stadium, it's a no DH zone.
No DH zone. No DH.
Yeah, we can all just start making up stuff that we do or don't do. We can just be like, nope, we don't do that. Sorry.
Got it.
All right, let's get to the questions. Head into the inbox. You got a question, send it to mike@brguestpodcast.com or drop by as we record live on Mondays around 5:45 Eastern. Jody's got a question. Hey, I'm coming down from Cleveland, Ohio in November to stay at Coronado Springs. I'm meeting up with my parents in Edgewater, Florida, then driving over and staying for 4 days. We're doing Epcot, Disney's Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, Epcot, and last on Saturday, checkout day, the Boathouse reserved at Disney Springs. I'm doing Epcot 2 times as my parents are leaving after Animal Kingdom, and I want to continue on my own, and I love the idea of Taste of Epcot all day. My question is, I was able to get quite a few last-minute food reservations except for, November 11th, Veterans Day at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Will we be able to find places to eat, sit down, or mobile order? Does it matter, or should I take an extra granola bar and trail mix for the day? Thank you. Jody's in Ohio. So the question is, on Veterans Day at Hollywood Studios, will Jody have to eat like a squirrel, or can she get some grub on? She's not even like, she's not even worried about, like, she's going to get a great meal. She's just worried about getting anything like mobile order, sit down, counter service. Yes, you will eat. Right? I mean,
yes.
Yeah, you're going to be able to eat.
You're going to be able to eat. Yeah. Whether or not, first of all, the biggest thing is to keep checking for dining reservations. They drop off all the time, even day of. I mean, you might be able to catch something day of that, wasn't available earlier. So definitely keep checking dining reservations for Hollywood Studios. It just something may pop up. As far as mobile order, absolutely, that's going to be available for you all day. There's not a problem with mobile ordering. Usually it's available for, like, now, like when you're placing your order, they'll have the option of the time window of when you can order. And most of the time it says now until, and then a time. Occasionally it'll be backed up a little bit, so they may have the time be pushed back a little bit of when you can get your order started. But other than that, I mean, you're going to be able to order mobile order for sure. If you're even more worried about it, I mean, there's always Pam and my favorite place, Baseline Tap House, because they're definitely going to be able to take you because they don't have mobile order or any kind of reservations at all. So there's snacks there. There's ready, Mike, ready?
I'm ready.
Charcuterie, ding. Yeah, there you go. I had to get it in. So there's charcuterie and there's big giant pretzel with delicious cheese, and they have the steak puffs. They have lots of great options there. So, I mean, if you have to snack, there's snacks there, or, you know, for a meal snack, or, you know, there's snacks all around too. Like if you want to grab, there's some awesome things that, you know,
she's down there in December. All those. We're going to talk about this on Friday.
Exactly.
All over the
exactly.
place.
So there's lots of great snacks all around. Trust me. Don't worry about bringing the granola bar. You're not going to go hungry.
I mean, unless you run into like a ninja squirrel, which I have seen around. Well,
yes.
You could offer the granola bar to the ninja squirrel, and then he'll leave you alone.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, one of my great guests at the Magic for Less, one of my great friends from the podcast, Tanya, who's from Tennessee, who is right now at Hollywood Studios. She has a question right now. She needs the advice. I mean, this isn't like for December. This is like in an hour. She says, in Hollywood Studios, 1 hour to park close. Would you stand, and this is like real time right now, would you stand in line for Slinky Dog and hop in line for close to Runaway Railway, or would you use the Fast Pass for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway breakdown and do it twice? Okay, so she's got to come back fast. So she's got an hour till the park closes. Would you go and get in line for Slinky Dog right now and ride Runaway Railway once? That's what I would do.
Yes.
Or would you do Mickey and Mickey's? I can't. Why do they name these things what they call?
It's like the longest name.
Yeah, it is.
Dude, would you ride the old great movie Ride Twice? Pam, what do you? I would do. I like varieties and spice of life, right?
I would do it twice too. There's still, and by the way, I will just say, there's still something about Slinky Dog that I truly, truly enjoy. It's really a good ride, and I think it's especially fun to do it at night. So for that reason alone, I would go do Slinky Dog, and then I'd jump in line for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Railway. Almost.
I feel like I have to be very careful and enunciate each one of those. Like, I don't know. It's not like I could, it's not like I could screw it up. Like Yeehaw Bob always says, don't screw it up. I don't think there's a potential bad word in there, but I feel like at some point I could do it. I could be trying to say Mickey and Mickey's Runaway Railway and things could go off the rails, as they say. So
literally. Hey, get it? Yes.
Yeah, I think I just found my next reel.
Driver.
I found my next reels. It's going to be a Yeehaw Bob song. Okay.
Oh no.
There we go. I love reels. I don't know why, because it's the anti-TikTok, and I will not do TikTok because I'm too old for that. But I'm not too old for Instagram, right? I'm a kid, and it just drives Mallory nuts that I do these things.
Oh,
okay.
I'm sure.
Our good friend Bob in the live chat. Good question. Will the 50th anniversary events be carried over into 2022? Speculation accepted. What do you think, Pam? If you had to guess. I would say they're going to milk it if they can, because it's going to take people longer to kind of accept travel, and this way people don't miss out. Again, just speculating.
I think since it's not even starting probably until the fall of 2021, I think that the possibility of us seeing that extend further on, I think is something that's going to happen. And I hope it does. I mean, I really hope that we get to a point where we're able to enjoy and everyone travels the way that they want. I know a lot of people have started traveling again. I think there are still people who don't quite feel safe about it. So I hope that everyone gets the opportunity to join in this celebration, really and truly, because it's something that deserves to be celebrated and embraced and all of that. It really, truly does. That's a huge accomplishment for them to get to that milestone. And we've missed too much to not celebrate things. So I hope it extends a bunch.
This could be the 50th celebration that goes until it ends at the 55th anniversary.
Right? Awesome. I love it.
We're celebrating half a decade. Whatever.
Yes.
I mean, who cares? Again, this is what I've seen on social media this week. It's like people, I'm not judging. People have 3 Christmas trees up in their house right now. You know what? I mean, 2020 has taught us you do you. You know, like if you got a party, we got to celebrate. We got to take the little
yes
ones, you know, whatever.
It's so funny the things that set people off, like people liking pumpkin. That makes other people crazy for some reason. I'm not sure why. And people putting up Christmas decorations. I'm like, why? How does it impact you? How I do my Christmas decorations. But anyway,
so am I wrong then for putting it up after Thanksgiving but leaving it up until Valentine's Day? That's okay. That's accepted.
Well, we'll see what the beginning of 2021.
We'll see what your HOA says.
Yeah, no, my HOA would definitely be like, nope, take that down the day after Christmas. You're done.
Okay,
but
next
tree. It can stay up.
But the one thing we all agree, candy corn's gross. Don't even go.
Hello. Yes. Throw that in the trash because it's disgusting.
Aaron dropped in here to our live chat, possibly a loaded question. Any idea when annual passes will be offered again for DVC members? I guess for everybody too. We have a trip planned for February, and I'm trying to decide what to do because with my luck, I would purchase regular tickets and APs will go on sale the following week. That is exactly how things work here. If we say it's not going to happen, it will happen before the show airs. We have that 48-hour rule where things change. I don't know. I mean, again, who knows? This is one of the ones I speculate on things and I can get close, but Pam, I mean, who knows at this point? Because
I totally agree. Who knows on this one? I think that they're really just trying to figure out how they're going to get their park system working, whether park hopping will get into, we'll be able to do that. They offered AP holders an extension or a credit based on the fact that they could not park hop at this time. So I think they're really reluctant to put it out there, knowing that people would expect a reduction in price and or to have some additional benefit because of that. So if I know this is something that's driving everyone crazy, especially people who really, their AP has expired or whatnot, but I don't think we have any indication of when they're going to come back. And I think it'll probably be one of those things that just happens, that we don't really get any notice about it.
I agree. All right. Next question. Excuse me. Brian says we have a trip scheduled in June and we're staying at the Polynesian Resort in the Villas, so the DVC side. Will construction be over by then? Should we stay with the Polynesian or change to another resort? And actually, I'm getting this question a lot, because here's the thing. You got a lot of hardcore Polynesian fans, and you also have a lot of folks who want to always stay on the monorail, right? And so, again, this is just what the conversations I've been having with my guests over at the Magic for Less is. You can stay at the Villas, you can stay in a deluxe studio, which is very comparable to a regular room at the Polynesian regular side of the resort. It's open. Now, if you really want to stay there, I would say book it and hang tight, because the thing is, you're still going to have options if you move into, say, March, April, because by spring, you're going to know, like, okay, because the goal is Walt Disney World right now is saying that they're going to have it finished in July is kind of the goal. I think they're looking at June and July to have the resort back open. Again, who knows with how construction will go, but I would stick with it at least until the spring and then kind of reevaluate. So, Ricky, you have any thoughts on that? What would you do in that case?
Well, now Brian is saying he's DVC, so I mean he would be staying there either way, so there would be no potential switching from Disney. Now he would switch if he wanted to, and I think that's what he's asking is should he switch? And I guess it depends on how much you really want to use the monorail. I mean, I think you're right, Mike. I think that the July timeframe is kind of what they were looking at for reopening. That's what's in my mind right now. So I think that's probably where there's a reason that's in my mind, I'm sure. So I would say if you're worried about, not having the monorail access or something like that, then maybe switch. As far as other construction, I mean, I think it's not going to be terrible. So, if you're worried about construction overall, then, I mean, I say, stay. But if it's really more about the monorail issue or something like that, then I would maybe switch if that's the case.
And Pam, I mean, they got to work on that thing right away. So that makes me think that they're aggressively trying to get this done by a date. They didn't, I mean, they were pulling down beams on the Great Ceremonial House. I mean,
They were.
but the thing is, I always say stick with it and then kind of reevaluate it like 90 days, to 120 days, and then kind of make a call.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, just because the resort is closed and or there's construction there doesn't mean that you're actually really going to be impacted by it that much. It just depends on what type of construction they're doing at that time. I have been at resorts that they have been under construction and I had to go look for it. Like truly had to go look to find it. Now I know this is the Great Ceremonial House and that's sort of integral to the Polynesian, but if you think about it, how much time are you really spending in the Great Ceremonial House unless you're eating there or shopping there? And I'm sure they'll make opportunities available for you to do both in one way or another. So I tend to hang tight, especially if that's where I really want to stay. So
I agree. And because the thing is, you're gonna know. Social media is great about that. You're gonna hear leaks. You're gonna see things on blogs if they're dragging, if certain things are likely not to be open in June, and then you can reevaluate.
Yep.
All right. Jared's got a question. He's up in Queens, New York. He says, "Hey, Mike, Ricky, and Pam, I'm headed to Disney next month and have a couple of questions. The first, are the resorts still allowing Prime Now grocery deliveries? The second, will Bell Services still transfer your luggage to another resort if you're doing a split stay? Sorry if these questions have been addressed lately and I missed it. While running is my nemesis, I enjoy listening to your podcast on bike rides throughout the neighborhood each week. Thanks in advance, Jared." That's, I love hearing how people listen to the show. So just knowing that Jared is riding a bike through Queens, New York, listening to the show. Who would have thought? Like, that is so cool. Like, I might have seen him on Blue Bloods today. Like, I had it on in the background here in the office. I mean, maybe he was like an extra cruising through and he saw Commissioner Reagan or, whoever. No, I don't know. I always talk to Alfred on Sunday nights about how my perspective of New York City is what I see on Blue Buds because I've never been there. So, I'm scared to get on the subway because like everybody gets on the subway and I'm never going towards New Jersey. That was the conversation this past Sunday night because the only thing on Blue Bloods that happens if you go to New Jersey is you get dropped in the river.
Got it.
No, there's such beautiful views of the city though from there. So
no way, dude. On Blue Bloods, it never ends good if you go to New Jersey.
Too funny.
Anyway. This is a good news email, right? Because yes, you can get Prime Now grocery deliveries and they're transferred your luggage. So ding, ding, 2 for 2.
They're doing both of those things. Yes, those are things that have not stopped. So we're glad about that.
We love those. All right. Chris has a question here in the live chat. Chris Sullivan, I appreciate him being here. I'm taking a solo trip to the world in December, staying at Pop Century. Do you have any ideas for a great solo trip? Maybe a solo trip show would be a good idea. And we've actually done these in the past. And there's not a lot that's changed with solo trips. And again, we'll kind of all three give one big tip. The thing is, you can be so flexible in your touring. You have to, nobody's whims, nobody else's concerns. I mean, this is the selfish trip. Honestly, you're 100% selfish because you don't have to please anybody else. And if you're used to traveling with a family, while you do miss your family, it's pretty awesome. Do whatever you want. I'm just saying. Now, here's what I do. Now, this is gonna be your mileage may vary. I love sharing on a solo trip even more on social media. I love having that out because nobody's gonna yell at me if I have my phone out, right? And I'm talking to my wife or my kids or posting on Instagram. I'll be doing all kinds of reels next time in December. I can't wait. Just kidding. Maybe
he's going to totally do reels. Trust me.
Because it brings people back into the trip with you. If you make it kind of interactive. I like to use social media more on a solo trip. Ricky, what about you? What's a tip for you?
Gosh, yours is such a key thing of what you said is the flexibility is so fantastic. I mean, because you really can. You have the opportunity to do literally whatever you want, whenever you want. Like the whim of like just changing your mind is so fantastic. If you're thinking, oh, I could totally go for this snack right now, you can go grab it without you can just stop what you're doing and go grab the snack, so
because I'm about to ruin. No, go ahead. No, I gotta stop there.
But yeah, please don't. But that's kind of the best thing.
Reels, by the way. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's it. Also, the biggest thing that I know a lot of people who are solo have issues with is like dining by themselves. And let me tell you, I have zero problems dining by myself. I do it here all the time too. So it's not like, because of social media, I don't feel bored, that I can always look at something, catch back up, read something, that kind of thing. So or as you said, Mike, starting to share my trip or whatever, that's the time to do that. Like, don't ever fear dining at a restaurant by yourself. So make the ADR, or well, you can't make the ADR. Well, you can make ADR now, but not 60, only 60 days in advance. So make the ADR and just go and have a nice meal, because it's totally fun. I've done character meals by myself. That's a little hairy sometimes because, before COVID, it was hard getting pictures taken. I'd have to ask another family. But, now that COVID has happened, you get to do this, the characters are there and they can do selfies with you. So that's a little bit easier now in a weird way. But, just go enjoy a meal. It's perfectly fine. Nobody's going to look at you weird. So
I used to have a hard time doing the solo sit down meal thing, but I mean, I've kind of got more comfortable with it because again, I have my phone there, and it's not real polite to have your phone out at a table service restaurant. But I mean, the world,
like, you're by yourself,
exactly. You're not ignoring anybody. And but the trick is, like, if I want to go to 50's prime time, I go to the bar and order my whole meal at the bar, and there's people around me. And I can talk to them, and the bartender talks to you and stuff, and you still get your sampler platter and your PB&J shakes. That's another tip. Go to the bar if you can and eat there. It's kind of fun. Oh, Pam, you go solo too. So any other tips?
I think that I echo what you guys said, that it's totally, you get to do what you want to do on vacation. And there's something to be said with that. You really don't have to consider anyone else's wants or needs. You can go to that restaurant that your family doesn't enjoy. You can, do the ride that your family doesn't enjoy. And I think that that's awesome. That really is true. The one thing I will say, and this is true whether you're doing a solo or other trip, is try to do something you haven't done before. I think it's always fun to get to do those things, but especially important when you're there by yourself, because you might find your next favorite thing that you just haven't had the opportunity to do yet. So
right. Yeah. Because you're going to be kind of out of your comfort zone. So try something new, totally try something new, because if it's a bust, it's only, and somebody, who was it in the chat, said, Justin, my good friend Justin down in Tampa, says, splurge on nicer meals. Mm-hmm. Because the thing is, like, if I'm going to splurge on a nicer meal, my family's there, it's times 4. You know what? Like, dude, if it's just me, I mean, and then don't tell the people back at home what they
No, I've totally done that before. That's why
don't post them on social media, at least hide them,
Yeah, exactly. That's why back in when was it, January, when they did the art of animation, or not art of animation, Festival of the Arts at Epcot, there was a really nice brunch at Le Cellier, and it was like $70. And I was like, well, there's no way I'm taking Brian to this. I went by myself on my solo trip. And I'm like, look at me eating fancy today. And you're at home not eating fancy at all.
Yeah, when you're on a solo trip, what happens at World stays at World. Just saying.
Exactly.
And also, hey, speaking of welcome back, Art of Animation.
Yes, that's why it was on my brain. I wrote an article for the Mouse for Less about Art of Animation this week, and so that's why it was on my brain.
To be back. Okay, my good buddy Wade up in Lincoln, Nebraska. How about Fast Pass? What are your thoughts on it coming back? I say no, keep it away. No more zigzagging. Now, we're going to have a divided court.
Yes, we are.
Because I can tell you where we're going to fall. Pam and I fall on yes, Fast Pass will come back. And it is a necessary thing for busier times. Remember, we are in strange times right now without I agree with Wade, because he just got back this past week from Walt Disney World. He hung out with Scott at the studios last week all day, and all they did was text me pictures of him eating Toronto roasters. Scott texts every meal he has. Like, I'm getting ready to eat a turkey sandwich. He's at Olivia's down in a buttermilk chicken plate. It's brutal. I love Scott, and I love that he shared them, but I just wanted to, like, oh, dude, my turkey sandwich is pathetic now. But anyway, okay, I agree. Right now is a great time because you can do like land by land and just really take it in, move from Tomorrowland over to Fantasyland and to Liberty Square, Frontier. It's great. It's wonderful. However, when things get back to normal, Fast Pass guarantees those attractions that you want to see. Pam, okay, let's start with Pam. Thoughts?
Yeah, I really think that Fast Pass was something that guests really came to like. In fact, we still see guests who are reluctant to go because Fast Pass is not there. It's like a detractor. It's part of their vacation, and we've sort of trained them to do it. One of the things that was a big selling point for Fast Pass was that you could guarantee that you were going to be able to experience those 3 at least those 3 fast pass attractions. So if you have a child that was, or an adult who was dying to do Seven Dwarfs, if you could get the fast pass, then you could guarantee that you were going to be able to get on that attraction. And I think that has a lot of appeal for people. So that's one of the reasons why we really liked it. The other thing is, I think that it really offered people a chance to reduce their time waiting in line because they were able to do other things when they did the Fast Pass. With the Fast Pass, you typically walked on and it was like a 10-minute wait, if that, to experience the attraction. And they were able to do other things. So even though they may have had to wait in lines for attractions that they did not have the Fast Pass for, they knew that they had those ones locked in. You could use it effectively for those ones that had the longest lines. And finally, the other thing that really made Fast Pass an advantage is for people who arrived later in the day, they were still able to take advantage of lower waits for things because let's say they started scheduling their Fast Passes at like 2:00 or later, that was still a possibility. So.
Right. And I think Diane here in our live chat, she says Fast Pass is ideal for type A schedulers and planners like me. I think that is exactly right. And Ricky, I know you're more of a go by the seat of your pants person, but I mean, Pam's last point is where Fast Pass sings for you because you're never there ahead of the crowds at Rope Drop. But the thing is, you can still, but I mean, this is why it's good for you is that in July, even on say the 4th of July, busy day, right? You could go into the Magic Kingdom and you could have guaranteed Seven Dwarfs, Big Thunder Mountain, and Pirates. Like, you're going to do those and you could roll in at 2:00 in the afternoon and still do that.
I still feel that I could still do those. I probably wouldn't be able to do Seven Dwarfs, but then again, let's be honest, I'm not doing Seven Dwarfs anyway because I don't get the Seven Dwarfs Fast Pass right now because I'm an annual pass holder and I stay off site usually. So I'm still not getting the Seven Dwarfs Fast Pass. So, there's that at 30 days in advance. So that's not happening for me anyway. So I would still be able to ride those 3 attractions though, that I wanted to ride. Like I'd still be able to get on Pirates and I'd still be able to get on Space Mountain. It's just without Fast Pass, the line is constantly moving. So instead of it being a 60-minute wait, that wait time is going to go down. Now you're going to wait the whole time, but it's not going to be as long of a wait because the line is still constantly moving. Whereas with Fast Pass, the line stops and starts. They have to let in a certain ratio of Fast Pass people before they can even think about letting in the ratio of standby people. So, and right now I know wait times are long. I've waited over an hour for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway twice now. I've waited over an hour for, something like Slinky Dog. And that's because they still are spacing out so that people aren't riding right next to each other. So once they can,
and also right now, which you probably won't have, say, hopefully in 6 months, 9 months, is those cleaning cycles. When you hit those
exactly, those are brutal. Yes.
50 minutes.
But once you open the attraction up to its full capacity, I think you're going to see the wait times, they'll go down for those attractions that right now are having a little bit higher wait times right now because the ride's not running at its full complete capacity. So that's why I think that Fast Pass, I would love to see it go away because once you have that full capacity for attractions, for most attractions, the wait times are going to go down. So, that's just my thing. Like, let's roll it back a little. Because remember before Fast Pass Plus was around, you only had Fast Pass for select attractions. Now it's like almost every single attraction has Fast Pass. So if they're going to put Fast Pass back, let's roll it back. Let's see what attractions actually need Fast Pass. Then you have the ability to get your Fast Passes. And maybe when they add Fast Pass Plus back, because I think that they're going to, I don't like it, but I think they're going to. Maybe not guarantee 3 attractions. Maybe guarantee like 1 or 2 because you're not going to have as many attractions have Fast Pass come back online. That's my hope, is that they just like Haunted Mansion, Pirates. Those attractions do not need Fast Pass. They eat people so much that like they don't need Fast Pass. So if you put it back that way, then I think things will move a lot better, a lot more smoothly. And that would be my hope. I know they're not going to reevaluate Fast Pass. I know they're going to do what they did before and just go, here's Fast Pass for everything, go. But I would like to see them reevaluate everything with Fast Pass Plus.
It's an enticement to get people to be able to guarantee experiences.
But I'm still guaranteed experiences when I'm there.
It entices you to stay on site. It gives you an advantage. And I'm all about advantages for on-site guests.
I don't feel like I have an advantage.
Right. I mean, the thing is, like, and I understand you're in a weird situation with how you have connections with Brian and he works in the hotel industry, that, you know, that's something, but I'm all about on-site guests having the upper hand.
Yeah. I also pay a lot of money for annual pass. I mean, I'm just saying, I pay a lot of money for that annual pass. So
I know. Dude, my blood's kind of getting.
I know.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, I love having these conversations though. All right, next, see here. We got one from. Let's see. Natalie's got one here in the live chat. Let me see if I can hit it. What is the best quick service at a deluxe resort? Recently stayed at Yacht and Beach Club, and there wasn't many options for quick service. Love you guys and the show so much. So quick service dining. Oh, okay. Are we talking? Let's talk only open resorts right now.
Mm-hmm.
That'll throw out Captain Cook's. Well, no, I guess
Captain Cook's is still open.
Captain Cook's is open. Yeah, Yacht and Beach Club don't have.
They do not. Yeah, no, I've never been really impressed with Yacht and Beach Club's quick service options. You know, it's just okay. So
I've gone to Hurricane Hannah's and had a pretty decent.
But that's not quick service.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. It's a
Hurricane Hannah. What is? Well, it's quick service. I mean, you get.
Yeah, it does have a quick service component though.
Yeah, I've got buffalo chicken wraps there and fries.
I feel like that's a bar though.
Who cares? I mean, it's quick food. I don't know. I mean, who cares about
no, it really, you can use your quick service credit there.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Okay, so Pam, what would you say? Best quick service?
It's challenging because truly the quick services available at the moderates and the value resorts have a much bigger selection than the ones at the deluxe resorts. I will say I really do like the Boardwalk Bakery. I think it has some standout items. And that's good. I think that the Contempo Cafe can have good items right now. Their menu is sort of limited. So that is something that you have to take into consideration. I do like the Gasparilla Grill at the Grand Floridian. I think at different times it has good items. Again, check to see what they're offering right now. Unfortunately, all the quick service locations have really had to scale down their menu a little bit. I think that Riviera, which is a deluxe villa resort, has a good quick service. So check that one out too.
Yeah, that would be the PP place at the Riviera. I still can't remember its new name. It's the something Plato.
Yeah. Primo Piatto.
Yes.
Yeah. I know my burger's not on the menu, but what can you do? My rib burger. Okay, Ricky, would you go Captain Cook's or would you step out and go somewhere?
No, Captain Cook's. Definitely Captain Cook's. Like that's for sure where I would go. Yeah. I mean, there's just so many unique things. Again, the menu is pared down, I will say, but they have my nachos. I think that they had the meatballs as well, which are quite delicious. So their menu is just is overall much better than definitely than I think what they have at the Yacht and Beach Club, hands down. So Captain Cook.
And Brian in the live chat here says pizza window at the Boardwalk. Yummy. Yes, that's good. All right, let's squeeze in this last question super quick, and because I think this is a question that everybody's kind of going through right now. It is from Curtis. He says, "Hi, Mike, Ricky, and Pam. Thanks to the wonderful assistance from Mike. Oh, thank you. I booked a 12-day vacation package for May of 2021. While I understand no one knows what will be going on in the parks by then, the current park reservation system has me with a question I'd love your advice on. We have tickets booked for 10 days in the parks. Typically, we would do 1 day at each park, 2 at the Magic Kingdom, and then decide each other day what we want to do. That's kind of what I would do too. Now we have to pre-book which park we'll go to each day. So do you have any suggested strategies? Are certain parks harder to get into? Should I book extra days at Hollywood Studios to try to assure that we get on Rise? Can these easily be changed if the parks aren't at capacity? I appreciate any advice you can offer. Love the show and appreciate all you do to assure that we all get our Disney World fix, even during these uncertain times. Curtis." All right. So I think that's a great question. I think this is what we're all going through because he's going in May.
Mm-hmm.
He's going for 12 days, 10-day tickets. I would do the same, back in the no theme park reservation system days. I'd kind of make some fast passes for a few of the days, major things, and then I'd roll with it towards the end of the trip. But now you got to make those reservations. I like his strategy of kind of Hollywood Studios is the toughest to get into. And I think people want to get those boarding groups, and you can kind of, if you do 2 or 3 or even 4 days at studios initially, it's kind of an insurance policy that, if you don't get it the first day, you got another try and another try. I don't think you'll need that in May. I don't know, Pam, what are your thoughts to Curtis's question? Because I think this is a very valid question that a lot of people have.
I know. And I almost want to give people a hug and be like, okay, here's the first thing I'm going to tell you. Do not have the enjoyment of your trip depend on Rise of the Resistance.
Correct.
So, it's just one of many amazing attractions. Really and truly it is. And I know, of course, especially if you haven't been on it yet, or if you haven't been on it a lot, which none of us have been on it a lot because it hasn't been open that much. I totally get wanting to experience it, but even if you can't, go and enjoy. And I think there are lots of things at Hollywood Studios that you can enjoy, especially for people who love Star Wars. I honestly could just spend time enjoying Galaxy's Edge, just being there, watching some of the things that happen. I love seeing other guest reaction to seeing it for the first time. That's really amazing. So anyways, back to your question. After I give you a hug and tell you that you're not going to let your trip, how it goes, depend on Rise of the Resistance. I think to increase your chances, you are going to want to go ahead and do 2 days there at Hollywood Studios, and make sure you have other things planned that you want to do those days. Now, can you switch your park if there's availability? Yep. If there's availability is the key, and we just don't know what it's going to look like yet. Go enjoy, have a great time. Whether you get to ride Rise or not, you still will have a fantastic time.
I agree. And what I would do is I would throw 3 days on Hollywood Studios, 1 right towards the front, 1 probably at about day 4 or 5. And then I would throw a Hollywood Studios day like you're there for 12 days, like at 10, and then go from there. Because that way it's kind of spread out, and you're going to get on Rise one of those 3 days. And that way you kind of have your bases covered. That's what I would do. So anyway, all right. Well, that's going to do it for today's show. So if you have questions, send those into mike@beourguestpodcast.com. We'll get those in the inbox and answer those for you. And don't forget, today's show is always brought to you by the great folks over at the Magic for Less Travel, like Curtis, like Tanya, we talked to earlier, some of my great guests over there. We take care of you and we get you the best deal possible. Again, we are saving guests a ton of money with this early 2021 discount. Literally yesterday, Maggie up in the mitten, she calls in all the time on our Sunday night shows. She had 3 rooms over at Beach Club. We moved her to Yacht Club, saved her thousands of dollars for her trip. And it's just, that is an awesome email to get. She's moving from one resort to the other, sister resorts. But I mean, thousands of dollars, like their airline flights are covered now. They're going to have some fun extra meals. We can do that for you. And seriously, if you don't even have a trip on the books, now's the time to drop by, fill out the quote form. It runs basically January to April. And you may be able to stay in a theme park view room at the Contemporary that you've always thought, God, that's like a bucket list thing. I'm never going to be able to do that. You might be able to do that January, February, March, April. No kidding. I have a lot of guests that have said, I never thought I would be able to do this. And I will now be able to do that. Maybe 3 nights in that theme park view room. And then, Coronado Springs in the tower. That's a great trip. Just drop by and we'll take great care of you. But take advantage of these discounts that are out there now, because we don't know how long they're going to stick around. As things start to improve, that's less incentive for Disney to really discount these trips. So check them out today over at the magicforless.com. Also, please use our Amazon affiliate link, beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. We sure appreciate that. And a huge shout out to our patrons, patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. You guys are helping us get through the slower time in travel. We have extra content like Mike in the Midwest every Thursday. So do drop by and check out all the everything we offer on the Patreon, patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. Don't forget, December 5th, 2 to 8, we're going to be at Give Kids the World Village for the Night of a Million Lights. More importantly, we're raising money for the village. We need that place to reopen to support these families that need it so very much. We've been a partner with them for years and years and years. And your generosity towards the village through our podcast has been incredible, remarkable, amazing, heartwarming. I mean, to give all the superlatives you can, you guys have always stepped up to the, infinite degree to help out these families. And we're asking for you to do that one more time on December 5th. So put that on the calendar. We'll be taking you around the village, looking at these awesome, I got to tell you, I'm blown away because I'm a Christmas lights guy. I'm like, Clark Griswold, dude, I get to go see Christmas lights in 2020. Yeah. I'm so pumped for that. But more importantly, it's like a win-win. We get to be live from the village, doing the show, raising money. It can't get better. That's going to be the highlight of 2020. I know it. I'm excited. We have lots of great auction items. Thanks to our listeners for giving these unbelievable, unique items to bid on for the village. We're going to have a great time, but just put it on the calendar. We're going to start it that week earlier. So kind of the beginning of December, and we'll culminate the activities December 5th at the village. So put that on the calendar. If you're local, come by, get the tickets. They are going quickly for that night. So just saying. All right. Give us a follow on the Instagram and Twitter at BeOurGuestMike and at BeOurGuestPod. Of course, follow the show on YouTube and Facebook. Subscribe, hit the button so you know every time we go live. All right. We're going to get out of here. We're going to be back again together on Friday. Now, let me tell you about Friday. Do not come hungry. Or here's the better trick. Have your extra bowl of Halloween candy handy, because I know we only had 5 trick-or-treaters and we bought candy for 500. And we have Mr. Good bars and Little Reese's and all that Kit Kats. So just have that handy because you might need it for Friday's show, because we're talking snacks. We're talking holiday snacks. We're talking stuff that looks too good to eat. So we'll be looking for you on Friday. So until then, for Ricky and Pam, I'm Mike, wishing you a great Wednesday. Time to head back to work, and we'll see you real soon. Okay, let me get Ricky back in here because I gotta pop this window bigger. Wait. Oh, there it goes. Okay, let me save this real quick. File.
Hi, I'm back.
You hit the magic button. 1792. Edited. That'll work. All right. Kathy got her magic bands. Yes, another one of my great guests. Tanya said Slinky Dog went down.
Oh no, dang it.
We make things happen. Tanya says, aiming for the 7 a.m. boarding tomorrow. I was told I could change parks if I decide to tomorrow. Since I've been on it, I will change if I don't get in at 7. Yeah, let me know how that goes, Tanya, because you're going to be one of the first of.
Yeah, you will.
Have practical advice.
You'll be able to change parks. I've done it morning of. It's just based on availability, so you can look right now to see what's available.
Do you have to cancel?
You do. Yeah,
you have to cancel first.
You just cancel yours. Right. You can't modify. Just cancel yours and then go ahead and do it.
I wish they allowed you to modify. That would make life
away when you cancel there for a second.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, oh God, am I not going to get in?
That's definitely an act of faith. You're like, oh, okay. Okay. Here we go. So we're talking snacks.
Holiday snacks.
Yeah. Hang on. I can share the screen for the people that are watching. So let me get this. Watch.
Oh, Mike's going to screen share. Look at this.
So I can do
time of the year.
Show and stream. Even solo it. Look, boom.
Look at that.
Dude, we're getting real.
Look at that.
All right, I'll leave it like that for right now.
It's our fourth
podcaster.
Snacks.
How are you doing? What do you think, Snacks? How do you feel about daylight savings time?
I'm sure they have an opinion.
I'm sure. Okay, here we go. 1794. Welcome to episode 1794 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Friday. Holy cow, I bet you didn't think you'd make it to Friday this week. You did. We're here. And we're going to have a good time talking Disney. And you know what? We just got to talk about the good stuff. And today, we're talking snacks. We're talking holiday highlights, holiday snacks down at Walt Disney World. Man, so I'm just telling you, I told you on Wednesday, have the extra Halloween candy handy. It's not going to be as fancy as this stuff, and it probably won't taste as good, but you're going to be hungry. I'm sorry. We record these podcasts a little behind the scenes. We're breaking the fourth wall. We record these right before dinner. It's brutal. This is some kind of punishment that I'm giving to myself. I'm like poking myself in the eye to do this show. But we're going to have a good time talking snacks. Hope you're having a great wrap up to your week. Let's get going. Ray, look, I'm looking at the screen. Ricky's here. She's from themouseforless.com, where you can check out all this great stuff because you got to see the pictures, right? Pictures are worth 1,000 words today. What's up, Ricky?
Exactly. So we have all the snacks, all the pictures on the Mouse for Less in our news section. And in addition, I will be down in Walt Disney World next weekend, and I will be trying a fair number of these snacks. And I can already tell you, I am going to get so sick.
Stuff in your face full of stuff in your face full of the Let It Snow taco, for example.
There are so many snacks that are listed that I want to try. And I was just sitting there looking at the list going, oh my gosh, they're going to have to roll me out of here. I'm going to be so sick. I won't be able to eat like regular food. I'm just going to be eating snacks all the whole time. And it's sweet, sugary snacks. That
is the right answer.
Yes,
the right answer.
Exactly.
Do not eat real food, eat snacks.
Like, forget real food. It's going to be just an entire buffet of snack options for me next weekend. So yeah, good luck to me. I'll be on that sugar high / crash very quickly.
And my good buddy John here watching live on YouTube says #Disney goals. Absolutely.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's
yes.
it. We're 3 minutes in and he's nailed it already. All right. Also joining us, we have the co-owner of the Magic for Less Travel, Pam Forrester. And Pam, this begs the question, after today's show, should you base your theme park reservations on which snacks are in which park? At this point, you're going in December. Should you go back and rethink your whole trip because of today's offering?
So it adds definitely another consideration. I'm just telling you. Now, you don't just have the attractions, you have the snacks that you're going to do. And I love that Disney put these out for us early so we can start thinking about them. I really do. Because now I've actually sort of changed my trip a little bit for what's coming up because I've looked at some of these snacks and I'm like, I've got to get a picture of that, right?
Yes.
It's all research, people. I'm a giver.
Exactly,
I'm
Pam.
giving.
I am going to make myself sick for you. That should be my shirt. I'm going to make myself sick for you.
We're going to snack the heck out of those.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Before we dive into the offerings, which we're going to go park by park and kind of describe things, of course, you can go back to the YouTube channel or the Facebook page because we do have video. We have pictures through the video. This time we're being fancy. So you can check that out. You can also check it out on the Parks blog and over at the Mouse for Less. There's all kinds of places. But here's the question, Pam. Let me ask you this. So these offerings right now are, I hate to say it because I'm a snacker. Like I'm there for the taste, right? For the enjoyment of the snack itself. But these things are literally almost too nice looking to eat. And so it's become the phenomenon like with the Instagram generation, say 5 years ago. When did this become a thing where you're right? These things, I'm looking at the pictures, like they look good, but I almost feel guilty, like, taking a chunk out of these things.
So we've mentioned this a couple times on the podcast, but one of the things that Disneyland has always been famous for is having these special offerings, these seasonal offerings. And one of the reasons is that they have a lot more local guests that they have to try to entice to get to come here. Well, at some point, Walt Disney World decided, hey, apparently people make trips just because they love this snack, and they do. So they jumped on the bandwagon, of course. And I will say there are so many of these snacks that don't only taste good, but aren't only unique, but they look fantastic. They beg to be photographed. And if you think the Disney chefs are not thinking about those when they do this, you're crazy. They know where their market is. They get so much free advertising because other people see that, like the things we're going to talk about, the frozen hot chocolate and whatever. And they're like, I want to go have that. So yeah, lots of great stuff there.
So Ricky, let me ask you this, another question that's on this before we dive into the goodies.
Literally.
How many fights do you think have happened because, say, like a couple goes down and they get this fancy cupcake and this frozen hot chocolate, whatever it is, and so the one person is the uber Disney fan, right? The other person, I mean, there's a lot of relationships like this, right? I mean, it's my relationship. My wife doesn't. She loves going to Walt Disney World. She loves vacationing, but she's not at the level I am, right? Sitting in the basement talking to thousands of people right now about this, about a cupcake. There's something wrong with
it. It's kind of a small group.
There's something wrong with us. Yes, exactly. Yes.
Have the normal person in the relationship, I got to admit, and it's not me.
I definitely made the not normal half of the relationship as well.
We're all there, right? We're all there. Yeah. Anyway, how many fights do you think have happened that the unsuspecting person that just goes down to Walt Disney World in December and gets this cool cupcake, they sit down and like take a bite out of the sucker before a picture was ever taken? Like, it's like, what are you? And you didn't take a picture of that cupcake. Now I got to go buy another $10 cupcake. I mean, it's like that happen all the time.
Absolutely. 100% that happens because it's so easy for the, non-Uber Disney fan to like, just be like, cupcake and just dive right in. Now I have trained my family. They all know at this point, do not touch your food until I take a picture of it. And now we've added lighting to the whole thing and everything. So like, they're all in on this with me. They know. So just make sure you set the expectations ahead of time. Hey, I'm taking a picture of this. Don't dive into it.
Right.
Because otherwise I will get you with the fork. So
okay, so our listeners, just learn how to get breaking the fourth wall one more time. If you ever have the opportunity to sit down where we're all going out to eat and like just hanging out with us, hey, come, we're going to homecoming. Come on with us, or we're going somewhere. Come to eat with us. I'm just telling you, when the appetizers come out and then when the entrees come out, it's so funny to watch our group because it's like, oh, what'd you get over there? Hey, can I get a shot real quick? We're all trained. We do not bite it. You don't even dare pick up a fork until like it's like we got it all clear. Everybody good for social media? Okay,
yeah.
Right, dig in. Okay, it's so sick.
We literally have to check in with each other. Is everybody good? So yeah. And when I do it with my family, I will take pictures of everybody else's food and then I will do mine last because that way they can at least start eating, and while I'm being odd taking pictures in 1,000 different directions of food. So it's fine. Yeah.
I mean, Hannah took it to the next level when she busted out the ring light on
correct
and told the buttermilk chicken to work it.
Yes, correct.
You're a tiger. You're a cat. You're a bear. It was funny. Okay, so let's hop in. Enough of this. Let's get into what we're going to eat. What's going to be in our bellies this holiday season, but more importantly, on our Instagram feeds. Let's be serious. Yep. Okay, let's go park to park. Ricky, walk us through what offerings are at the Magic Kingdom.
Okay, so the first thing we have, I'm going to go over, is the Let It Snow taco. Now, this is a sugar cookie taco shell. That is in quotes, by the way. And it's kind of like this blue color sugar cookie. It is filled with salted caramel and spiced chocolate mousse.
Bam.
What? Oh my goodness. Like this. Yes, I'm all in on this. Now you can get this at Pecos Bill's, and it looks phenomenal. I'm just telling you that right now. Pictures are going to be your friend with this episode, so please make sure you go to the Mouse for Less and look at the pictures of these food items because seriously, like me describing it is not going to do nearly enough. You have to see the pictures.
This is like what Elsa gets at Taco Bell.
Absolutely.
Like when I think of this, like I go to Taco Bell after every podcast, right? It's my power up. I think Elsa cruises through her Taco Bell, and this is what they give her. They give her a 6-pack of these dogs.
Exactly. This is the Let It Snow taco. So yes, that's exactly what it is. All right. Moving along, we have an Orange Bird Christmas. Didn't know Orange Bird was related with Christmas, but hey, we're
like a flower and garden guy, but here he
is at Christmas. Yes. So we have again this adorable thing that looks like an orange, and then you've got the orange bird. Like I'm guessing it's kind of like a white chocolate kind of figure of the orange bird, and you got some green leaves that come out, that kind of thing. And I swear it looks like he's sitting on a donut. So that's not described.
Donut for the base.
That's not described in the description of the food, but there's got to be a donut with this too. So what it is it's orange scented white chocolate mousse. Now I don't know how you get
curd. It says orange curd. What's orange curd?
yes, filled with orange curd. I'm guessing the curd inside is like an orange flavor, but orange scented white chocolate mousse. How do you get orange scented? Like, wouldn't it just be orange flavored white chocolate mousse?
It's like a Soren special.
Exactly.
Whatever.
I don't know. I don't get that. Pam, do you understand what orange scented means?
Well, so what they're trying to get to is actually, not to get too technical here, but your sense of smell is a huge part of your taste. So when you cannot smell things, that's why you can't taste them. So they're really calling it orange scented because it's not going to be an overwhelmingly orange flavor, but you're going to have like an orange-ish taste.
Got it.
How about that?
Okay.
We're ishing
it. Okay, got it.
This doesn't scream holidays to me like these other items. Like this is kind of like the old Sesame Street thing. Like which one of these does not belong? You try to trick me by putting the Santa hat on Orange Bird, but it's not.
Yes, it's not working.
No. Look, everyone loves the Orange Bird.
I know. Exactly.
And it's cute. It's really cute. It's very Instagrammable because it definitely looks like an orange. So I'm just saying it's going to be all over Instagram. So. All right. The next, that is going to be available at Sunshine Tree Terrace, by the way.
And again, this is all November 6th. So as of the show coming out, bam, go get it.
And December 30th. Yes. So next we have the Chip and Dale Christmas Churros. Now, again, I think they're stretching it a little bit with the name. But what we have, and this again sounds incredible, gingerbread churros topped with apple pie filling and chocolate chips.
Bam.
Again, I'm all in on this. I can't even tell you. This one is going to be available at Westward Ho, which is that little popcorn cart thing it's next to the popcorn cart. I don't know exactly what else they have there, but it's definitely like right next to a popcorn cart.
The one that's over by, I always get this one confused. Is it the one across from Pecos Bills in Frontierland, or is the one?
It is. Yes, the one right across from it.
Yep. It's definitely, that's where it's at. So we have then the pistachio chai tea float, which Pam has already said she's signing up for, which is pistachio soft served, spiced chai tea, and a red velvet cake pop ornament. Now this will be available at Aloha Isle. So,
people,
again,
pistachio, chai tea, and a cake pop.
Pam's all in.
Boom. That's all you need.
Pam is definitely all
on my list. Yeah.
So now the one that is absolutely 100% on my list is the Twice Upon a Cupcake.
Okay, question before we get into this, because the picture shows, and because I like this one bad.
This is why I have saved it for last.
Does this really have a hidden Mickey on the inside? Do you think? Okay, so of course this one does. I mean,
yes.
You get the 730th one off the line. I guess they all do. I don't know.
Yes.
So you get the money back if you don't get the hidden Mickey. I mean, I wouldn't know because I'd be biting into the thing so fast. I'd have no idea. It'd just be a big old mush.
Correct. Okay, so when I tell you this is Twice Upon a Cupcake, it really is twice upon a cupcake because you are basically getting 2 cupcakes with this treat. And I can guarantee you, how I kind of joked about a $10 cupcake? I can guarantee you this cupcake is $10. There's no way it's not.
$10 if it's 2, for real.
Exactly. So the bottom layer is a vanilla cupcake with a red velvet hidden Mickey on the inside, right? So you think, oh, that's great. That's the just one cupcake, right? No. Then you go to the top layer.
The root. Layer. Yeah, it does look like a root.
The top layer, yeah, it does. The top layer is another layer of cupcake with confetti Christmas tree topping. So like it's confetti cake.
Yes.
On top of another cupcake. Seriously, and then it's shaped like, and then the icing covers the top, that part of the cupcake, and it's a Christmas tree. I'm telling you, this has got to be
a little house. It looks like a house to me. Like it's got like a roof and a little bottom layer, but it's supposed to be a Christmas tree.
It's a Christmas tree because, obviously, the way they've opened it up and split it in half, like it looks like, I can see it looks like a house, but it's totally a Christmas tree. Dude, I'm telling you, this has got to be a $10 cupcake, and I'm totally getting it. It is. I'm gonna go into a diabetic coma. I'm certain because
we talk about having no regrets. I mean, sometimes it's value against cost. Like this one, You fork down $10 and you're like, oh, thank you for letting me spend that $10 to eat this double cupcake. This thing looks so good.
Exactly. I'll be like, here's my $10. Enjoy. Like, this is going to be one that I would wish that Disney would be able to like put into a container so I could take part of it home with me, because this is definitely like this is a shareable cupcake, 100%. You are not going to eat this whole thing. Yeah. But like, this would be one of those cupcakes that I would totally want to put in my purse that Pam would tease me over, because I would be like, Pam, I can't eat 2 cupcakes right now. Can I take half of it home with me?
You know what though? I mean, think about that. We got to move to the other parks.
I know.
With this one, you know, if they could almost split it like it is in this picture, you know, on the promo, yes. You know, of it, like that'd be perfect. You could split it with somebody else. Everybody could see the hidden Mickey. I mean, that's actually the better way, because, like, dude, that's a big cupcake for one person. I mean, I'm a big guy and like I can down some food, but that's a big cupcake.
It is a big cupcake.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Feel better, because I'd want to get a taco too. So okay,
exactly.
Here's our last thing. You get to pick one. I'm going with the cupcake even over the taco. So out of this park, I'm taking the cupcake. Pam, what are you taking?
Oh man, I am so torn between the pistachio chai tea float and the let it snow taco. But I'm going to go ahead and do the pistachio chai tea float because it's really unique. I mean, that's a really unique offering. I haven't heard of that before. So
that's true.
All right, Ricky, you going with the orange bird?
That's exactly the one I'm going with. No, of course, I'm going to go with the Twice Upon a Cupcake. It is 2 cupcakes. 2.
I need that cupcake ASAP. Yeah. All right, so when we go down for the Give Kids the World thing, I'm gonna be going, you know, because I think my dad's going with me, and I'm like, dude, we're not riding rides, we're going to get this cupcake, and we're gonna split it, and we're gonna cut it right down the middle, and we're gonna eat. What we're doing. Okay, so Pam, let's move over to Disney's Hollywood Studios. Best decorations of the 4 parks, I think, for the holidays, and I mean, oh my gosh, these treats look so amazing. So walk us through these, Pam.
They really do. So first of all, there's the frozen salted caramel hot chocolate. Yes, all those words combined to make one thing, and it's salted caramel hot chocolate, and it's topped with marshmallows and frozen. So it's going to be cold. It has a chocolate drizzle, and it is going to be available, of course, with a souvenir Mickey glow. I know, but
that's going to make it another $10 drink, because
look at it. It's like not just a regular glow cube. It is like Mickey shaped. Yes. So that looks really cool. It looks like something you could put on your tree too.
I'm thinking you justify it by saying it's a Christmas ornament.
Hello.
Yes.
Put it in your pocket.
Yes, of course. So it's going to be available at Pizza Rizzo and Backlot Express, ABC Commissary, and Rosie's All-American Cafe. And that starts November 6th. So that one looks really, really good.
Mike, I just want to go back for a second. We forgot to tell people where they can get the Twice Upon a Cupcake, because they're going to want to. So it's at the Main Street Bakery. I realized what Pam was saying where that one was from. I was like, oh, wait, we didn't tell people where to get the gigantic cupcake at. So, sorry.
So this one's all over the place. You're going to see these people going to be walking around the studios. How do you like with their Starbucks? Nope. They're going to have frozen salted caramel hot chocolate.
It looks great. Another thing they're having, and this seems like just a regular thing, but Disney does these kind of cookies like no one other. It's the Mickey's Holiday Cookie, and it's really a Mickey cookie. It's a vanilla butter cookie, and I love how they describe it. It's enrobed with white chocolate, and it has white sugar snowflakes. So it's really cute, and it's going to look really cute on your Instagram when you hold it up and get something great in the background. It's going to be available starting November 6th at the ABC Commissary and Rosie's All-American Cafe. And, you know, Disney makes some good sugar cookies. So,
also, too, with these studios things, all the offerings at the Magic Kingdom stop on December 30th. These are all held over till January 4th. It's interesting.
Yeah, for the new year, right? Huh. Mike, this has you written all over it.
Yeah, this is my pick. Go ahead.
It is the
right now. Oh,
it's the holiday whoopie pie.
Yes!
It is a red velvet whoopie pie filled with classic cream cheese filling, and it's going to be available at the Trolley Car Cafe and Backlot Express. And again, that's November 6th through January 4th. So you can get it at the Starbucks and at Backlot Express.
Can they have this this instead of the carrot cake cookie all the time, I'm all in on this one, man.
I agree. Agreed.
Like,
They can just
have
change
both.
the colors. Just, I mean, if you want to have it in the spring, make it, I don't know, green. I don't care.
I mean, you can do like, different colors of velvet cookie or, cup whoopie pie. So yeah, don't just be red velvet. You
the
can
thing
have
is
it.
haunting me right now. Like
I
it's
know, right?
like when you're in the desert and you see stuff like mirages. Like I'm
Yes.
seeing eyeballs on this thing and it's like smiling at me like the cream cheese filling. Oh my gosh. I need it.
So fun.
Anyway.
Finally, over at the studios, we're going to have everyone's favorite friend who likes warm hugs. It's Olaf's Snow Flurry. This is going to be a yellow cupcake with vanilla buttercream, Snow Flurry sugar. And the thing that makes this awesome is an Olaf glow. And they're not calling him a cube. They're just calling him an Olaf glow, which seems kind of weird. But anyways, it's a light up Olaf.
Yes.
So again, hello. It looks so cute. It will be available at Rosie's All American Cafe. So that's the only place you'll be able to get that one.
The great thing about like all of these, with the exception of the holiday whoopie pie, nope, you can still do it. Okay, so the great thing about all of these is they can be ordered on mobile order.
Yes.
So
1,000 whoopie pies, please.
yes, exactly. Also, they can just fill up a bag, and I'm gonna take all these to go with me because I'm seriously getting every single one of these. I'm gonna be so fat at the end of this trip next week. Oh my god!
Being
Okay.
12 pounds is doing this show already.
I know.
We've only gone through 2 parts. Okay, I got to say one thing. If you get the sugar cookie out of these 4 items, you're boring.
Yes, correct.
I hate to say it. I mean, okay, if you get all 4, you're doing it right. But I'm just saying,
That
if
was
you
me.
your cookie, something's wrong. All right, so my pick, of course, whoopie pie. Pam, what's your pick out of these 4?
I think that I'm going to do the frozen salted caramel hot chocolate. Again, another exceedingly long name for an item, but I will go ahead and order that frozen salted caramel hot chocolate.
So you take your frozen salted caramel hot chocolate on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. You really make it a
Right?
cluster of what you're trying to say. All right, Ricky, are you going whoopie pie? I know you've introduced me to that. So
I did, and y'all know how much I love the whoopie pie at Sunshine Seasons, and it's not there right now. So this is gotta be where I'm headed. I mean, and it's so much bigger because this looks like it's about the size of the carrot cake cookie. So this is an even bigger whoopie pie. I am all in, baby. Let's go. Holiday whoopie pie for the win. Yes.
All right, third park. We're heading over to Disney's Animal Kingdom. We have 4 pretty items here. So Ricky, walk us through Animal Kingdom.
We do have 4 really pretty items here. So, all right, first things first. Every time it's a new holiday season, Satuli Canteen really knocks it out of the park with their gorgeous desserts that they always have. I've gotten some really unique holiday themed desserts. I've gotten a pumpkin themed one. I had one a couple years ago. I forget the flavor, but I remember it was red. This year, this is a white one, and it's a white chocolate peppermint cream cheese mousse. So it's white chocolate peppermint cream cheese mousse. Obviously, I just said that, with a peppermint sauce and chocolate cookie crumbles. Now, this is available. Animal Kingdom has kind of they have different dates on all theirs. So this is available December 20th. So only a short period of time through January 2nd.
This must be like really hard to make. They're bringing in a dude like the Ringer for like a couple.
So good though.
Yeah. So they always seem to make their little mousses, the holiday themed ones, only for a short period of time. So you're right. They must be just really kind of more difficult to make or something. So
Gotta be.
all right, moving on. We have the Menagerie Cupcake. Now, for those of you who remember last year,
Oh yeah, those little animal guys.
yes, Disney's Animal Kingdom introduced all the adorable animals, the puppets. And of course, this year we won't be seeing the puppets, but they made a cupcake that is inspired by them. And it's a gingerbread cupcake with cream cheese frosting topped with a white chocolate bear. Now, this is going to be available December 1st through the 30th. Oh, okay, good. I don't have to get this next week. I don't have to get this one next week. I can get my coma for that one in December, so that's good. And it's available at Creature Comforts, Flame Tree Barbecue, and Restaurantosaurus. So there's that one, and that's just a pretty cupcake.
It is.
Then we have.
What do you think the chances are these are left over from last year? You're just getting
Yeah. Probably.
We're gonna pop it in the microwave real quick when you order it. They'll stop.
Exactly.
No, just kidding. It won't.
Now, only available from November 1st and through until the 30th. That's this month. Is the pumpkin ice cream sandwich. Now, this is vanilla ice cream sandwich between 2 pumpkin cookies, decorated with fall sprinkles, available at Dino Bites. This one's gonna have to be eaten by me. I'm just saying.
I'm not a pumpkin guy. It looks good, but I'm not a pumpkin guy.
Totally gonna be eaten by me. Last but not least, we have the Santa Mickey Mousse, which is available at Creature Comforts, which is the Starbucks, from December 1st till January 2nd. What it is, it's a white chocolate peppermint mousse dome on a brownie base with snowflake sprinkles and chocolate Mickey ears to round it all off to make it look like Santa Mickey.
That's
my gosh.
It's so cute.
Yes, it's so cute. So again, super Instagrammable. If I'm going to see just this everywhere on Instagram, I'm certain. So anyway, yeah, those all look really good too. Yeah.
So Ricky, what's your pick? You get one.
I am totally going with the pumpkin ice cream sandwich. Yeah. 100% that. It's unique. Like Pam was saying, I do love pumpkin, and it's just, that's gotta be in my belly. Yeah.
I'm trying the menagerie cupcake because gingerbread cupcakes sound kind of interesting because I'm on the cream cheese frosting. That's on everything. That's so good. But yeah, the menagerie cupcake. I'm going to guess that it's not left over from last year.
Probably not.
I was going to go with that one too. That's
really
interesting. Yeah, there's a real lack of gingerbread flavored things, and you just don't get them very often. And this one looks really good. Plus, I'm going to be able to get it in all these different places. I'm afraid the line for that one at Satuli is going to be out the door. I'm just saying.
True.
But it looks good too.
But mobile order.
That's true. Mobile order. That's true.
So now Epcot's kind of, we haven't talked about Epcot yet because they haven't released a ton on this because you're going to have the Festival of the Holidays, which is the kitchens. But Pam, walk us through the couple of things that they did offer up.
Right.
Especially that little, the second one. I can't even pronounce what it is. So it's all you. Go ahead.
Well, so one of the reasons I think that Epcot didn't put out a whole lot is the 2 that they did put out are boom. Here, we just did this. So one of the things that they're going to be doing at the Taste of Epcot is the Maple Bouchée de Noël, which is a maple mousse and cranberry rolled in a gingerbread chiffon case. And it's basically, one of the Christmas logs like that you've seen before in the past. It's rolled up. It has the little mushrooms on top, and it looks like a piece of wood with some mushrooms growing on that. It's traditional French, and this one looks really good because I think the maple mousse and the cranberry rolled in this gingerbread cake are going to be really good. Mike, here you go, another chance for a gingerbread item. Yes. That's going to be available during the sneak peek, and it doesn't say exactly when that will be, but this one, my friends, is available right now. And this is when Epcot just walked up to the mic, said what it was, dropped the mic, and walked away and said, we will have no other offerings at this point because it is the spiked frozen apple pie. It is Old Smoky apple pie moonshine with Minute Maid apple juice and cinnamon, and it's available at Block and Hans right now until December 31st. And it looks good. I'm looking at the picture right now. I think I could drink this. I'm going to give it my best try. So it looks really good. And apple pie moonshine, if you've never had it, tastes so much like apple pie. So it's good.
I've heard it's good. I'm not an apple pie guy. I'm more of a chocolate, I'm a chocolate guy. Even at Thanksgiving, because that's my birthday time. So we always celebrate it. And my mother-in-law always gets me a chocolate cream pie.
Nice.
From Helfers, Ricky, if you know.
Nice. That's awesome.
Best pies in North County. But yeah, so I'm going to go with the holiday log. Looks like a house or a log. I don't know.
It does.
On top. I'm going with that thing. Ricky, which would you take? Would you go Block and Hans or would you go the Maple Bouchée de Noël?
Yeah, don't try. Don't try. Actually, I'm going to hold out and I'm going to say, because I know there's going to be some really awesome things that are coming with the holiday menus for the Taste of Epcot International Festival of the Holidays. So I'm going to hold out.
Very long.
It is. It's so long. Oh my gosh. Okay. So
Wait, you
I'm
forgot
gonna
the
hold out.
sneak peek part.
Yes, I'm gonna hold out, and I'm gonna say that is what I'm waiting for, because I can guarantee you they're gonna have some really fantastic things on that actual guide that's gonna come out. It has probably already come out at this point because we don't record these early ever. So they did say that it was gonna come out next week, so it's probably already out by this point. So I'm going with we'll see what the taste of
And I'm guessing Pam's going with the old spiked frozen apple pie.
I am. I've got to take one for the team here.
Yes,
make sure that
of
we
course.
try that one out and make sure it's as good as it sounds. So,
Of course. Yes.
But you know what? I'm glad you mentioned this at the top of the show, Pam, and this is a great way to kind of wrap this episode, is that this wasn't such a big deal a decade ago at Walt Disney World. It was more of a Disneyland thing for the locals, but this is really, especially for the audience listening to our podcast, we tend to go at least annually or maybe every couple of years. And the thing is, while Space Mountain is similar, and we all like those classic things that we get to do over and over, it's nostalgia. It's, we just enjoy these things, whether we do them twice or we do them 500 times. But when you have seasonal offerings like this, and to see that Disney, is really putting in the effort to not only make them taste great, but also aesthetically pleasing, something that's exciting to get in your hand even before you bite into it. That really, like I'm going down for that weekend. We're there for Give Kids the World. I'm excited because am I going to try all these things? No, but I'll have the opportunity to kind of go through and like, ooh, what am I going to pay? It makes my pre-trip even better because I get to kind of, like fantasy draft, like what makes the cut. And then of course I'll get there and it'll be totally different, but
yes,
it's just fun. I mean, Pam, do you agree? I mean, they're making this fun.
I do. Yeah, it is. We see so many people planning trips so much closer into their travel dates that there's people that are listening to the podcast right now who are like, I'd like to go and do this. I'd like to have these things. And we say, we can help you do it because it makes it that much more, I think, enticing to be down there. It's not just the crowd levels and all those other things. It really is. They have some very unique offerings, and what they're doing really well. So it's awesome.
Agreed. All right. So now you guys got to head down to Dairy Queen, whatever you gotta do. We're not judging. It's Friday, have a peanut butter parfait. Whatever you got to do. All right. Don't forget, today's show is always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We can get you down there for this holiday season. We don't have to, we talk 2021 a lot because a lot of folks are planning out for next year, but hey, there's still great deals to be had for November and December down at Walt Disney World. All these great snacks. There are some holiday offerings. Got Festival of Holidays going on at Epcot. It's a fun time to be there. So if you want to go down and eat your way around Walt Disney World, make sure you document it. I want to see it. Just drop by the magicforless.com. Fill out that quote form. We'll get you set up. Stay at Pop Century, ride the Skyliner, or just, hey, stay at the Contemporary and roll yourself back after eating all these snacks at the Magic Kingdom. We don't judge. We'll get you there and you can do what you do. So just drop by the magicforless.com. Fill out the quote form. We'll take great care of you. Don't forget, we also have an Amazon affiliate link as you start to do that holiday shopping. It's a free way to support the show, and it just takes one extra click. So if you wouldn't mind, bookmark it. Use it as often as you can. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And finally, a huge shout out, as always, to our patrons. You guys are awesome. You're helping carry the show here in this time where travel's down just a little bit. And I sure appreciate that. And if you want a little extra content in your week, become a patron yourself. Check it out today over at patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. Give us a follow on the social media, Instagram and Twitter at beourguestpod and at beourguestmike. And of course, subscribe and get all those notifications over on YouTube and Facebook as well. All right, time to get out of here, and we'll be back again on Monday. But of course, we got the live show every Sunday night. So if you're not doing anything on Sunday nights, give us a call. We talk Disney and have a good time every Sunday night at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central on Facebook and YouTube. All right, it's time to get out of here. So for Ricky and Pam, I'm Mike, wishing you a great weekend. Whatever you do, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. That's fun. That was good.
The snacks were tasty looking. Let me just tell you.
Oh my gosh. I'm seriously probably going to get all 4 of those snacks at Hollywood Studios. And I'm like, how am I going to do this?
The problem is I wasn't going to go to the studios that weekend. But dang.
No. I mean, if you're nice to me, maybe I can bring you a snack. We'll see. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I was going to the studios that weekend either. I don't remember.
I was going to do Magic Kingdom and Epcot probably.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Because my dad's coming, so on a show.
I booked something. I know. You know what? I don't think I could get into the studios that weekend at the time.
We
Dang.
shall see. All right, I'm gonna edit and eat regular tacos, not else.
Regular tacos, not let it snow tacos.
Oh man.
Oh, that's such
No.
a bummer.
Sad.
Though. All right, you guys have
All
a
right,
good
see you.
All right, see ya.